All right, we're going to try this again here. This is Steve Carrier, and this is wheelchair transfers using Tai Chi principles restructured. And this is video 2. Um, and um, I want to talk just a little bit. I'll try to keep it brief, and then I want to show you what I've been working on. Um, Hopefully it'll look different than what I did in my last series in the past, and show you that I've progressed or kind of uh, changed my training a little bit. I've kind of had to as a result of my health issues. Um, as many of you know, as you can see, I use a wheelchair um, in the background there, but I hope you can see. Um, but it is due to a birth defect that I have that it's called arthrogryposis multiplex congenita. It is a chromosome defect that affects the body's ability. Well, it happens during the fetal development, but um, it is the body does not develop at the point of whatever part of the body is developing at that time, and however long it stays. For me, it was during the hip and leg development, um, but but it also affects bone marrow and immune system. So because that's part of the white blood cell development. So I have my immune system. I cannot protect myself against airborne bacteria and any of the related um, viruses and like pneumonia, strep, staph, and worse. And so I'm basically a receiver of everything. I can't give anything, but but I receive everything. So I'm very susceptible. The other half is I wasn't born with any hip sockets, and a lot of the muscle development was, and the bones were underdeveloped and very small. Um, um, they had to do a lot of surgeries. My feet were club feet, and the kneecaps were fused to the bone of what little I had. So they had to do a lot of ligament or tendon cutting or and so tendon release for to get the knees to bend and get some flexion there, and I had to make ankles basically because I have club feet, and they had to do a lot of traction and stuff, you know. So basically remake legs so I could walk on crutches and braces between birth and 4. Um, so it's really to me medical community in the 60s at that time, they did a miracle because I was the first baby that they had ever seen. And so for them to do what they'd never done before, and most of the children at that age, from that time up until like the 80s, many of them didn't even live to their teens. So I consider myself a miracle baby in that sense because I'm in my 50s now. Um, so that being said, I'm very grateful to be alive at this point, having what I have, um, given all of that history. Now, I've had a lot of other health issues, since then, but most of them have been related to that. Um, but the doctors have done amazing things, but I've also had to do my own research to protect myself. So, given what's out there, and I've done a lot of my own in other, um, what do you say, medical modalities. To kind of mix and match and do what I need to. So, I'm I just want to say that I'm grateful for what I have, and my legs have started to um, decline in their in one sense, um, given that the surgeries have started to fall apart, and so but I've continued to train. Um, and the training has sustained me, and I've learned how to modify that to keep my bone structure um, as strong as I can. So for those of you are getting discouraged with your health issues, um, don't, and keep training, because um, in the recent year, I've have a couple herniated discs due to now being in a chair, um, and I now have spinal stenosis that is pinching nerves to some of the bodily function organs and things. Like urination and things like that, like kidney and bladder. Um, and it is scary, but it is also a teaching issue for me. Um, it's not because the organs are fine, but it is the nerves that are being pinched to signal. And I'm just laying out with you. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I know some of you are having health issues that might be similar. So I'm just being straightforward. Um, why am I bringing this up related to Tai Chi and Kung Fu and the related arts? Um, First of all, Tai Chi is a healing art, um, on for some. Some like to use it for self-defense, but for some it is a healing art. Some is you know hell, just a mind clearing art and for meditative practices. So it can be all of the above. Um, I like to practice Qigong, medical Qigong, bone marrow washing, and you're like, well, if you're doing that, your bone structure should be getting stronger. And for that, I want to say, um, it does not return, and it does not bring back what you do not have initially. um, if you do not have it to begin with, it's not gonna give you what you do not have. Um, Pre-heaven and post-heaven, if you're familiar with that term, it's not gonna give you what you do not have in pre-heaven. I will just put it to you that way. um, it's not gonna give you what somebody else has. Um, So, but it will extend the life of what you do have, um, and it will return health of what you may have damaged, and to some level. I will say that because I can attest to that. So, with that being said, bone marrow washing has helped me many times, and it has extended the life of my health. And many of my ortho physicians over and over have told me that without your practice of Kung Fu and Tai Chi and Qigong and bone marrow washing, you would not be as healthy as you are today. And so they encourage me to keep going. So the reason I am telling you all of this, um, you might be getting bored, but I say please do not stop what you think and you're not seeing any fruit. Please do not stop, because it does pay off, and it is paying off even though you're not seeing it. And you're thinking, oh man, I'm getting sick. I'm only getting sicker, and I'm getting worse, and my body's falling apart. You may feel like it is, but please continue on the good fight. And so with that, I want to show you my ankles. Some of the tendons have torn loose from my ankles. Surgeons would not reattach because they felt the surgeries would not hold to my bones, because I am an advanced osteoporosis patient at this point. So, but I can still do my leg training. And so with that, I want to show you where I'm at today. So anyway, thank you for your patience, but that is my words of encouragement. So just some basic stances here today. Last year I couldn't balance well enough to put my hands over my head. This year I can. So I know that there's improvement. This year I couldn't even balance this way, so I know I'm doing better this way. I couldn't raise my left hand up, but this year I can, so I'm doing way better on this side. Let's see if I can do this one. I've been practicing this one for a while. Used to be able to do this one before my tendons broke loose in my ankles, so we'll see if I can do this one today. Maybe. Almost there. Learning how to lock those legs in together. So again, but this time I can almost do it with those ligaments cut. So anyway, but it's coming along, and the legs are a lot more stable, surprisingly, given where I was last year. Even though these are the same stances, I'm stable enough to where I can raise my arms up above my hands or above my head. So the balance and the strength and the stability and is a lot better than it was last year. So I appreciate your patience on this one, and I hope that gives some encouragement to those who are discouraged. Thanks.